Sabrae Show Live, where we control our own narratives and have the conversations that we need to have in order to empower our community. Let's start from, first, I'm your host, Sabrae.
I'm your co-host, Yatta.
Alright, I always forget that. To do that, and make sure you follow us on our social medias, as well as the show's Facebook page and Instagram page, and I'll put on the screen. Let's introduce our two male guests. We have black men in here because we support black men, right, Yatta?
Yes. Sure we do.
Yeah. John.
My name's John. Follow me on Twitter at YoJP.
Okay. And Lyndon.
My name's Lyndon. Don't follow me on Twitter.
Okay.
You will get blocked.
Do not follow me on Twitter.
Okay. You need a microphone like that. Alright, as you can see, we improved the audio on here, so eventually we'll be on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud. And let us know, email us, let us know what your preferred streaming service to use. So, where do we start?
This one?
The dreaded X.
So, every time, okay, we've been seeing a lot in the media with Lala Anthony, T.I. and Tiny, Rob and China. And I mean, I don't know. People always talk about cuffing season and breakup season. And I mean, do people really still go by that?
I think so.
Kinda, yeah.
On a lesser scale, but I think so.
Kinda, yes.
That still is relevant? The whole.
I mean, you kind of want your summers to be,
free.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
I would say because like cuffing season is trending like when like September hits around the time like football season starts. But then you never hear about like, all right, time to break up. You never hear about that. It's like, I guess it's already implied that after Valentine's Day.
After Valentine's Day?
Nah, it's when the weather breaks.
When the weather breaks?
Yeah, when the sundresses come out.
So when the
sundresses
come out, it's like
all the biddies start wearing less and going out more, and that's where you gotta go ahead and
skies out, thighs out.
Start a
Skies
fight.
out, thighs out. I've never heard that
Suns
one.
out, buns out.
Suns out.
No, I've heard that one. I've definitely heard that one. Okay, so it does exist. Okay, I didn't know. That's corny to me, but I guess I get it. So with all of that being said, we want to have a show on the do's and don'ts of, dealing with the breakup, some tips on how to, go about that whole process. I mean, of course, we promote black love and, strong relationships and strong families, but, breaking up sometimes is the inevitable. It's going to happen. It happens every day. So we just give you some tips on how to not look like a clown and look crazy,
Do not be Rob Kardashian.
Do not be.
Yeah.
Don't do it either.
It's cardinal rule.
The best thing I can say is, the first thing I can say is just go ahead and cut all ties. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that serious.
Go ahead and delete that number.
Delete the number.
Delete the text thread.
Delete the whole thread. Delete the pictures. I mean, do y'all think that's a good idea?
If it's hard to do if you're the offender, because like you think about it's like, damn, I fucked up. I want to say sorry, but it's hard to do that. But if you're the one that got hurt, it's easy for you to just be like, fuck him or fuck her, delete everything.
Is it really though?
No, it's
you're
not. It's really not though.
I don't think so.
No, it's probably harder for them because if you're the offender, you risked it all. Mm-hmm. You probably didn't have no pictures up anyway. But nah, like, because you got to kind of look at it like somebody hurt you cared about them or whatever. You have all these memories and stuff. It's not necessarily easier to just be like, unless you're in a rage. But then afterwards, you're blown because you're like, I can't believe I deleted all these pictures.
True.
But
true.
I don't necessarily be pressed to, like, get rid of the pictures necessarily. Like, I mean, like, it's not like I have a, like my most recent breakup. I don't have a whole bunch of that on, my social media anyway, but it's not like I wasn't like, oh my God, let me report to IG and delete. Like, I didn't do all that. Like, I felt like,
Well, I just think it's important to just delete everything because it helps you better start that process of, like, go ahead and, like, detoxing that person from your system. You know what I mean?
How long until you start deleting them?
Like, right away. Like, when it's wrapped. Like, you know. Like,
it's over. Click, delete.
No.
I mean,
go ahead.
You can delete everything, but that don't mean it's going to help with the detox.
I think it's
can't delete it from your heart.
I think it's part of it. Out of sight, out of mind. You know, you don't want to have that same screensaver when you're every time you.
I mean, well, yeah,
but of course not. But it's like when you have been with somebody for so long, it's like, damn, is it really over?
Well, you know, like the people know if this is like a breakup and get back together breakup.
Yeah, depending on the circumstance. Yeah.
Right. So if you know it's over, like it's over, just go ahead and delete everything. Mm-hmm. But that brings me to the second one. I feel like it's if you have any pending trips or dates or concerts, just go ahead and sell it.
I would be beat. Nah, first of all, we're not breaking up till this trip is over. What you're not going to do is have my deposit and think we about to no. And you're these tickets are non-transferable. You gonna get your ass on this flight.
Like,
we gonna take this cruise.
You want to know what's funny? I know a lot of people that like actually had that situation. They broke up with their significant other and they had a trip to go on and they still went. They just went their separate ways.
We going. Hey, look. If it's a sock on the door, don't come in the room. I got No, what you're not going to do.
I've heard of people. I was actually on a trip like about a year ago, and my friend, he broke up with his girl on the trip.
Wow.
I was like, that's some savage.
Did she pay?
I don't know how they divided.
Because he'd have had real trouble at the airport.
I was like,
he a legend.
The dude on the trip. I was like,
he'd have had trouble at the airport. Please, I'd have got hit right in the same room.
He a legend.
He'd have came in the room like, I got to change my...
shit.
Oh, I'd have got struck right in the room.
That's legendary.
That's legendary savagery?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's too much, man. On the trip.
I mean, I feel like I would be like, hey, mom, you want to go to Puerto Rico? Do anybody want to buy these tickets?
But see,
anybody want to buy this concert ticket? Or I'm going with my girlfriends or something.
But if the ticket already booked, like, in his name, and let's say you was being cheap and your joint not transferable, it's like you either take the L or you might see him on the flight. You might be like, what if he like, I'm going, you need to not go, like...
Well, then you just gonna have to bite the bullet and get another hotel room or something. But I wouldn't suggest going to a trip with your ex or with your soon-to-be ex. It's awkward. It's awkward. Going. I'm not going. Yeah. I ain't going.
Don't talk to me. I ain't gonna talk to you.
It all depends on how the breakup went. Also,
true.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's healthy to have conversation or any type of communications with somebody that you're not with no more.
Yeah, because all right, y'all don't.
Unless I have kids.
Well, it depends on how the dynamic of your relationship was prior to your relationship. Because like if we were friends first, unless you did something that really has me, kind of questioning your character as a person, we can be friends again. You know what I'm saying? But like if our only interaction was because we hooked up, like nah, bro, we was never friends. You can keep it moving. Bye. But, like, if we were friends first, we can transition back to friends. It's not a big deal to me because we were friends first. Right. But, like, other than that, like, I don't see a reason to go. I'm not going to go out of my way to talk to you, but I'm not necessarily going to go out of my way to avoid you. If I see you, hey, what's up, whatever. But, like, I don't necessarily have to turn it into this whole, oh, my God, like, he better not say anything to me ever again in life. I don't want to see him. Oh, my God, there he is. I can't go out anymore. Like,
nah, bro. If we break up, we not friends. I don't want to be your friend.
You sound like Joe Budden. You don't have exes.
Yeah, I mean, technically,
I prefer the term former assignments.
I don't have no bad blood with none of my exes.
It's not about bad blood.
But that's kind of what stems whether or not you be friends with them. Because if they did you real dirty, you feel some type of way about it. Of course, you're not going to be their friend. But it's like if it's just like, oh, we outgrew each other, we could be cool. Like. It just went its course.
That I can see.
Like I've outgrown exes before, and it's just like okay, the relationship just kind of went its course. But it's more so me just accepting the fact that everybody that comes in your life is not necessarily a forever. So it's like, well, I grew this way, you grew that way. Okay, you didn't really do anything bad. We just didn't grow as a unit. So
yeah, I feel that. Like of course, if something like tragic happens, of course you don't want to be that person's friend just because of their morals and whatnot, but. Just period. If we grow apart or if we split up and have to move different places or whatever the case is, like, I don't want to be your friend. We don't have anything to talk about. Like, I mean, of course I'm not going to wish bad on you or talk bad about you. But, yeah.
I mean, just because y'all break up don't mean that either one of y'all don't care about the other person. Like,
I don't care about none of my exes.
I can still
but
care.
But also, when I got into this is like the longest, and the relationship I'm in now is like the longest, like, I guess, adult, relationship. So all the ones before that, I'm like, who are they? Who?
It didn't matter.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know.
But see, that's also a different dynamic when you're in a relationship too. It's also can like dictate how you carry it with your exes because you feel like, okay, I'm fulfilled, I'm good. I really don't have a reason to necessarily communicate with you. I don't have to be mean, but it's like, oh, what's up? Keep it moving. But it's like if you're single, you might not necessarily have not specifically, but you might not have an issue. You know what I'm saying? Being cool or cordial because it's like, I mean, I'm not offending anybody by doing so.
I mean, I'm cool with all my exes.
So you give the hey big head text.
Hey,
you know what? Nah, we ain't say that cool like that.
True.
Yeah, that's a don't. Okay. Don't hey big head, hey stranger.
I mean, at that point in time,
where you been? My man seen you at this spot. No, none of that.
Yeah,
that's not like I broke up with my ex and like 5 days later he was texting me talking about Walking Dead. Like, we don't get to talk about this no more.
What? Like that happened.
Hey man, my man Glenn died. So, we don't get to talk about Glenn's death together anymore. That was a us thing. We're not us anymore. Right. You got to suffer through that by yourself. Like, it's just certain things. It wasn't even a week later. Like, you just gonna act like we ain't break up.
That was his hey big head text.
But it's like you just gonna act like we ain't break up though. Like
he just didn't want to say hey big head.
It wasn't a hey or nothing. No, there was no hey, no hi. It was like, did you see Glenn died?
It's because it was still fresh. He still had a chance.
No, he
5 days later
still had a chance.
Yeah,
it was still fresh.
You
might not have made your mind up.
Oh my god, I made my mind up over like a 6-month course. You know what they say? If a dude didn't like cheat or do something that ruined the relationship, if it wasn't like an isolated betrayal or incident, and your girl break up with you, in her mind, it's been over for like 6 months. She dumped you a long time ago. She's just going through the motions.
So that means she was cheating.
No, not necessarily.
No, because if she did meet somebody else, y'all wasn't together no more. It's like, no. But no, like, mentally, she's already started that detachment process.
Yeah.
So why not just leave when you first
because you got to be sure. You want to be sure.
Why you got to be sure?
Because I don't like,
you gotta be sure.
Backsies, nigga. What you mean? I don't want to go, if I don't want to.
Why you got to be sure?
I'm just saying, that's like when people say, if you going to cheat, just leave. If you know that in your mind you don't want to be with the person.
But if you didn't know, it's like you've already started the detachment process on your mind. You feel like it's going that direction.
So you were borderline trying to figure it out. All right, so you can say the same. You can say the same.
No, I'm not gonna be like I was. No, but you don't step out when you're not sure. You just be like, hold up, maybe I was tripping. Maybe he just wasn't, doing the laundry enough, or like you gotta like kind of go through the motions, like.
Or how about you try to figure out what the issue is with the relationship and try to fix that before it even gets to that point. If you want to fix it, though.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but the detachment usually comes after that. Like you tried to repair, you tried to fix it, you don't see an improvement, and it's kind of like, wow, this is what we're doing, and you don't even realize you're doing. It's not always a conscious thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you look up like, wow, I really ain't seen you in like a month, dog. You live up the street, but I mean, it be like that sometimes.
Well, what are some other tips? I mean, other than just completely removing yourself from that person and just having your healing process or whatever, and dating yourself for a while, another thing I would say before you guys go is to just avoid that person's social media. And don't put any information about your breakup on social media.
Yeah, don't
stop stalking.
That is a big
no-no. Tweeting from your hurt place.
Can I say something? About like to me in my mind, like as far as like a breakup goes, I really don't want to avoid the person. Because say for instance I avoid you for such a long time, and then I see you out.
It's gonna be crushing.
And then those feelings come back. I would rather like, because a lot of me and my exes, we had mutual friends.
Okay, yeah, that brings another element into it.
So because some people they'll avoid a person or avoid their ex.
Right.
I'm not that. I'm not gonna avoid you because like if I'm gonna get over you, I'm gonna get over you while I can. If I see you, I don't feel nothing.
Yeah, you got to learn how to coexist around them so that you can just be around them and just be like, I'm good.
Because if you break up with somebody and you just stay away from them, you don't really know if you still want to be with that person or you still feel a certain way about that person because you never see them.
Well, I guess if you have mutual friends, that brings in another element, but if you don't have mutual friends, then that's not even necessary.
This area is small, though. You're bound to run into them at some point.
Every person I've ever seriously dated, we have mutual friends because I don't meet somebody on the street and just like start talking to them seriously.
So you get like a referral.
A reference.
But realistically though, like even if you don't have like a bunch of mutual friends, this area is so small. So if y'all live in the same area, unless that person, usually the only time you're not really ever gonna see them again is if you make a conscious effort not to. Like, oh, he said he gonna be at eating today, not going to eating. Like, you know, like nah. At some point, you're probably gonna run into them somewhere. At least to some extent, y'all gonna be in a function or something. And I mean, that's true though. Like seeing them and you haven't seen them in a while might trigger all those, you know, unhandled emotions.
Right. I think like for me personally, so like for me personally, like I've been with mine like for a minute, but
and I love her by the way. Shout out to Andrea.
Yeah, she's dope.
Okay.
But like last year, I was just tripping out. I was on some other shit. So when it came time like for the breakup, because I was the offender. Yeah. It crushed me knowing that she was hurt. And because we live in such close proximity to each other, it would be bound for us to see each other. So it's like it's like we kind of frequent the same places. Right. So it's like the breakup lasted basically like the whole fall, but it didn't.
Wait a minute. The breakup lasted the whole fall? Mm-hmm. Damn. So it was like off and on for like a whole season.
So alright, so basically she broke up with me, and because I didn't know how to take it, because that was somebody I've been with for a minute.
Oh, okay, so it's like, to get over it,
I hit her up, like it happened Saturday night, I hit her up that Monday, like, yo, we need to talk. Okay. She didn't get back to me until like that Thursday. So that's 4 days of like some like emotional, like, yo, did she get the message? She didn't block me because it said delivered, thankfully. If it went green, I'd have just been fucked. But like we were basically just talking off and on, like for a little bit, and it kind of hurt because like when I felt like we were getting closer, she was like, actually no, and she was like, just, your shit. Yeah, so it's like it's kind of tough, but like if
she's been reading from the book of Yatta.
I'm sure. Good girl.
Good girl.
But so, that's not good.
Hey, chill. Yeah, it is. It
no,
is.
It's not.
Nah, fuck that. It is.
No, it's
because
not.
At the end of the day, no. Like that's the thing though. You can keep. And that just goes to show that sometimes you do have to just cut ties with somebody because they'll take everything that you do that's even remotely cordial as a sign. And that's what I went through with my ex, where it's like, okay, we had a steady communication. I told you we had like a 5-day hiatus, and he's hitting me up talking about Walking Dead. And we had a steady communication, namely because we don't have kids together, but we've been in each other's kids' lives. Yeah. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you still want to see my kids, I still want to see your kids type stuff. And it was cool because when you break up with somebody, you don't break up with their kids. That's how I feel. Yeah. So it's like his family. I had a bond with his family. I was with him for 4 years. His family's like, yeah, you know, you need to come through Christmas time. My sister's here from out of town. So it's like, kind of awkward. But they wanted me there, and they didn't really care. Like, look, he gonna get over it. But he wasn't upset because he wanted to be around me. But then it's like, then when the dynamic started to change and other outside elements started to kind of like be a part of it, then it was like, see, my thing is, we broke up. If you're going to date. I don't care. I broke up with you. But stop pursuing me while you're pursuing other people. Like, it's weird. You can't be like, hey, is it really over? Like, look, are we going to get back together or what? And you got like a whole nother chick on your Instagram. Like, no, honey, that's a don't. Like, that's it'll make me not even look at you as a friend anymore because it's like, you like, just if you're gonna do that. We can be friends. It's cool, but you know, all the extra stuff. Nah, you have to be mindful.
But see, like again, like when you're the offender, you trying to get back to like how you guys were. So and I mean, like, that's the thing. It's like you're the offender. You're like, damn, I fucked up. You never know how much you hurt the person. You just see it, but like unless you feel it, is different. So that's kind of like what I had to realize. So in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have hit her up so soon, like 4 days later, or like, no, not 4 days later, but like that following Monday. Yeah. I should have just given it some time, but I just didn't know how to handle it.
No, because honestly, out of sight, out of mind does kind of take a play, and that's really what it is. Because the longer, like if you would have waited longer, you know, she might have just been like, Anyway, you might have got a different end result, to be honest.
So let's bring it back to like some tips and do's and don'ts and stuff that you could give like the listeners, because clearly, like I said, I really haven't had too many. I definitely have exes, but we were like 21 and younger. You know what I mean? So I feel like it counts, but it's like those experiences. The breakup with that, all you have to do is just stop calling it. Like, just, I don't want to call you anymore. You know what I mean? Or we're not going out anymore.
If I never loved you, me and you were in a relationship.
Yeah, well, at that time, you don't even know if you actually love that person at the time, even if you say it. You don't know.
Right, I would just say, like, those experiences at the time kind of build you to where you are now.
Right, so basically,
some of them.
If it had more adult relationships where they would break up, I would have more to say, but if you guys have some more but that's the only thing I can say, out of sight, out of mind, because at 19, at 18, when you don't want to talk to somebody no more, you don't want to go with them no more, you just feel like, we don't go together no more, we go with that, we good.
No drunk dialing. Like, you really just, that's why you gotta just get rid of the contact information, to be honest. Like, if you really feel like it's over, I really don't need to have, or you gotta block it or something. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get out, you get with your homies, you get to drinking, next thing you know, you sending out them texts. Like, you really don't need to make, then you getting screenshot and you put on the gram. Like, you don't want to be that person. So don't embarrass yourself. Like, and I mean, like, this goes for either side, whether you're the dumper or the dumpy. Like, you really should just, we should probably go ahead and I don't really need your information, you know, I don't need your particulars. Like, let's just, no, because.
I don't particularly think I'm a drunk dialer, so I don't have that.
That's because you dry.
I mean, I would say as like a tip, just don't put it on social media, because you're gonna let the outside world into your thing. Them ghost followers that you have, they're gonna all of a sudden be liking your stuff, be trying to figure out what's going on. It's not a good thing to do.
And then it always gets back to the person.
Exactly.
Let your business be your business, and
take your L's in private.
Yes, please take your L's in private.
Don't tell them how much money you spent on that girl and how much she was cheating and you took her back and all that stuff, because you just
guys don't say that. We do that. He cheated on me 100. You don't really see dudes don't really want to admit.
Rob did.
Men do that, but
not see, are we really calling Rob a man?
Honestly,
he's a Kardashian man. Give him a break.
In today's society, we see more men do it. Like what Rob did, it's not uncommon. It's in today's society.
I would say, but men do it like in private. Like we be like, yo man, she was a fucking hoe. This bitch.
Nah, I'm saying more men do it on social media.
That's some sucker shit. To do it publicly. Yeah, that shit's gay, man. Some sucker shit. I wouldn't do that shit.
Wait a minute, don't put that on the gay community, because I know some gay men who carry themselves not like you know.
Gay men move too fast.
First of all, I just ain't want that, because
once you're wagging, you got a whole new boo.
Because just because that they gay, because they be carrying themselves well, and they be having their little, you know, some men be real masculine, so that's not.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
I get the figure of speech. Like, it's soft. It's like a woman. Like, you women, men
it
not
really
supposed to be
is.
like that.
That was some really, really marshmallow behavior from him, and I'm not surprised, because I mean,
he clearly has mental issues.
Yeah, he's raised around.
He doesn't have a father, so he's like a textbook.
He's a man baby.
Yeah, he's a widow quiz.
Not even that. China is just like a beast. She really is. She was definitely brought up to hustle niggas, like, for real.
She did to him what guys do to.
She's doing amazing, sweetie.
I don't applaud her, but she did her thing with that shit. She did her thing. I don't applaud that type of behavior on either side, but what can you say?
Yeah, I don't applaud it, but it's like, dude, you know what you're getting into. Were you the only one that didn't know she was a hoe?
No, the thing was, they both came in with their motives, to be honest.
I don't understand why he leaked her news. Everybody has seen her.
She's a stripper.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. She's just, how do you leak a street? Wait, how do you leak a stripper's news?
Yeah, like,
that's what I kept saying. We've all seen her.
Why you do that? Like, she was a stripper.
And the news are trash.
We've all seen.
Everybody seen her.
Yes, her nudes are garbage.
No, they're trash. Like the ass shot, it just seemed like it was like it was kind of flat.
It was like, round.
It was round,
top, and then at the back, it was like boxy.
Yeah, it's boxy.
I didn't even look that close.
Yeah, it was. They're men.
Right.
They're gonna overanalyze it. But yeah, it's like you leaked the stripper's news. Oh, whoop-de-doo, Basil. Like, what are you doing?
The
tatas were sitting.
But he went on her. He talked about her nipples too. Did you see that?
He doesn't know anything. He's seen like 2 nipples in his life, and one of them was his. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't fucking know any better.
But why would you even be, like, going? Like,
you got
you
work.
Have time?
You said you paid paid $100,000 for those boobs, though.
Right.
Slim, sweetie, she pocketed like $95,500. That's $4,500 for them titties, dog. You're stupid, sir. You stupid. And all you're gonna do is like still be back with her because that's his vibe.
Like,
Like,
if he get back with her after all this shit, he's a superstar.
He definitely would.
He did the same thing. Well, she took Dream and left me in this empty room. And he was all devastated on Snapchat, and he was right back to eating her butt the next week. Like, I don't have time for this.
He's a super sucker. He's gonna get back with
He is just you can't do that. Everything that he did is a don't.
Yes.
Don't leak your ex's nudes or personal or intimate moments.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's corny. You make yourself look dumber than them. And if the nudes are fire, all you're gonna do is like speed up the process of her getting another man. Because I'm telling you, dude.
All he did by leaking her nudes is make girls feel bad about sending nudes to dudes. So now guys are taking another L. Because now it's going to be harder for dudes to get the nudes.
It's been harder for y'all because cornballs have ruined the nude game for y'all. That's just a dumb.
But it is against the law to leak people's nudes.
Yeah, revenge porn.
Revenge porn.
Good
but
job,
but it's only a misdemeanor, though.
But apparently she was liking the pictures. So is it like she...
Probably liking them so she could reference them.
No.
Screenshot him?
I mean, yeah, that too.
She probably just liked them to show, like, hey, you're not bothering me. Like, this does nothing to me. When it probably
she made it
did.
clear on Snapchat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that she's unbothered. Yeah, she's...
Do you think he was really beating her, though?
Allegedly.
Could you, I mean, really, like, could you imagine Rob hitting China? If anything, I would think he would be the victim of domestic violence.
I mean, yes, but see, that could be all a part of the diabolical plan, to be honest, because it's like you're this, marshmallow soft baby shit guy in person, and then behind the scenes, you might be going straight to her body. Like, I would never guess it, and that's the perfect caper for him.
Yeah, but who will really take an ass whooping from Rob?
I mean, I don't know. He's a big dude. I mean, he smothered me. Like, I mean,
China would beat the shit out of Rob. I got my money on China.
You got your money on China?
I got my money on China.
You leak one of them ass cheeks, and she gonna be worried about that, and then it's going down from there. So, I mean, you never know. Like, honestly, it's a lot of dudes. I feel like, man, and he will probably beat the shit out of me. Like, I'm not even gonna hold you because they're still men, and they still have man strength.
That's why I don't understand why women hit men, but that's a whole nother subject.
It's still man strength at the end of the day. She might be, China tough, but he's still a dude, and I don't want no man resume. I don't want no man uppercut on my resume. I'm good off.
No, I agree with you. That's why I don't agree with women if a dude does put their hands on them that they think they gotta square up. Like, no, you go ahead, take that one little L, and then like, I don't know, beat his ass in sleep or something, but don't go toe to toe with the dude.
Charges, man.
I really think that Rob would just sit there and take it. I don't think he would just even do anything. And I think she's such an aggressive person. I don't know though.
But isn't that like most women's retort after they get broken up with or exposed? Like, oh, he beat me, he cheated, he's gay, his dick little. It's one of those 4 retorts. Who's to say any of that is true?
I mean, I feel like all of those might apply to him. To be honest, if we're being quite frank. But either way, I just feel like everything he's done is a don't. It's just a don't.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because
everything he did was wrong.
Yeah, because you don't get on social media and badmouth the person that you was fucking.
You were just with. You put an 18-year commitment in her.
Yes,
that's another one though. Don't go bashing your ex because
you was just loving him. You was just eating the booty. You was taking him out.
But you were goofy for that because you was with him. You was with them for however long.
I don't have anything bad to say about any of my exes.
However long you was with him, you was there. So it's like now that it's over, it's now you got all the tea. Like, no,
right? Like,
keep
fuck
it
that
cute,
bitch.
keep it classy, no comment. Just leave it at that.
Listen, I'm a happy person. Okay, I don't hate any of my.
That would be so much easier to believe you weren't so monotone when you said it.
I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. I don't care what Joe Button says. I'm a happy person.
You are not happy. There's no way. Nobody's happy all the time.
Yeah, like that's why I like the do's and don'ts.
That's what
I can't really say any do's or don'ts.
Shout out to Button.
Oh, okay.
Seriously.
I mean, it's just like you can't talk about the person you're just with. Like, you look stupid. Like, she's this big of a bitch, and you were just with her.
You were just on dicks, and I see that all the time though. Like, oh yeah, you dirty little dick, your Louis belt was fake. Then the next week is, oh my god, I love him, and you got his last name in your Twitter bio. Like, cut the shit,
with
man.
With the little ring emoji.
Yeah, it's always the ring emoji, the little wedding emoji. But it's like, no, don't bash them. You were with them. You were loving it while you were with them.
Right.
If not, you wouldn't have been with them. So
you wouldn't have been with him. Like, his dick is not little because you were just on it. You loved it for all.
Oh my god!
You know what?
If he's so gay, why did you stay with him? Were you trying to change him?
So you like a gay guy?
That's you like a gay guy. So you the one that looked foolish.
Unless you weren't saying it out of anger while you were in the relationship, then that's not.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay, yeah, true.
Lyndon, I need you to give us a tip. To give us a tip that you've used, with your exes and everything. I know you all cool with them and everything. You probably still say what's up to their family and all that. I mean, for the people out here, because I'm sure there are some. I'm not one, but for people who they want to deal with the breakup and they want to get it smooth. I mean, get through it smoothly, but they want to still be cool with the people or the person that they were with. What are some tips that you would give them? Honestly, you just need to have a conversation about with the person. Like, I'm not a big fan of closure. Like, I'm not one who needs to have one last conversation before we break up. I'm not a fan of closure because. So what conversation are you talking about then? Like, I don't know. Because to be in close quarters with him, like, you could just have a conversation. Like, look, we don't particularly have to hate each other. Like, I could be around you and not roll my eyes or be upset or have to leave when I see you walking somewhere, and you don't have to do the same. Like, it could be a conversation as simple as that. Okay, so like being cordial, yeah. Just to kind of set the boundaries. We don't have to be like this. Yeah. The thing is, the problem is everybody copes different, and some people are extreme when they try to cope. Yeah, true. I'm not extreme when I'm trying to cope. Okay. Like, when I went through my last breakup with my ex, I wasn't extreme when I was trying to cope. Mm-hmm. We had a bunch of mutual friends. I had known her for 8 years before we even started dating. So okay, I wasn't extreme when I was trying to cope. Mm-hmm. Was I heartbroken? Yeah, but I wasn't extreme when I was trying to cope. Oh. Okay. Yeah, some people will go left with it though. Yeah, so some people they're not gonna talk to anybody associated with that person, right? And stuff like that. Like, I feel like that's super extreme. Like, yeah, but no, like the whole crew gotta go. Like, but it can be awkward though. Like, because what conversations would you have? Like, oh yeah, because the first thing is gonna be like, oh yeah, such and such is doing good. You probably didn't even ask about them, but no, surprisingly no, because I have made a lot of new friends through my ex, like people that I met through him. Mm-hmm. So it's like now when I see them, it's that we don't discuss him. It's like, hey, what's up? Because we've kind of built our own little rapport. Right. And even though you're used to seeing me with him, it's like now when I run into him, that it's over. Like, I saw a few of my ex's friends at THRU. And it's like, they don't bring him up. Honestly, we don't bring him up. Where is that, by the way? What is that? It's like a food truck. Okay, go ahead. Meeting situation. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, so we were at THRU, and I ran into a bunch of his friends. One of his friends is engaged and about to get married. I see him. He follows me on Twitter. We kiki all the time. It's like he be like, I ain't saying, he don't bring him up. Right. It's just like we have our own rapport, so it doesn't have to be awkward. Yeah. If people don't go out of their way, like, you don't, like, if you see me, you can speak and say, what's up, how you been, without bringing up the whole relationship. Right. So I've never had that awkward where it's like, yeah, I'm saying to me was with this girl, and it's like I've never had that. So that's some sucker shit too. If you see if my friend, if I see my friend's ex, I'm not gonna be like, yo, I just seen so and so with this other person. Like, that's whack. Just be respectful. Just say, yo, how's your day? How's everything? Keep it cordial. Right. It doesn't have to be that way. So, Yatta, some of your tips or do's and don'ts for dealing with the breakup. Definitely the don'ts is don't ever Kardashian it up ever. Don't go that way. Don't bash. Yeah. Don't stalk their social media. You're only going to torment yourself. Yeah. I am not a glutton for punishment in that way. Yes. So because they will post certain shit knowing that you're looking to. And just don't honestly, just really don't concern yourself with them, because if you're obsessing over them, you're not really moving on. And don't don't try to put on a facade like you're doing so great and I got me and my boo, and you want to do because you feel like somebody's gonna see it and show them, or they're gonna see it. Like, if y'all still follow each other on social media, you should probably don't, because you don't want it to turn into like a shit show, like where it's like it's a pissing match basically, like who's going to and don't let the thought form from anger. Yes, don't let the thought form from anger. Yeah. I have seen that a lot where people, like, I will know that they broke up, so like 2 or 3 weeks later they'll be in a picture with another guy's arm or something, like another dude's hat.
Oh yeah, they're definitely going to Wizard Kelly the shit out of it. Like that's exactly what they're going to do.
Dude, like that is so corny to me because
stop
you did not fall
hats
in
up
love
on the
with
couch and making it
weeks.
seem like Bay is over here.
Right,
Stop
and
it.
even if you did so-called like somebody or fall in love with somebody shortly after a breakup, it makes you look foolish because everyone knows, including yourself, you can't get over someone that fast without bringing that baggage over. You know, get it with somebody else that fast without bringing that baggage over, or looking at them like in a rebound situation.
So how soon is too soon to move on?
I think you should go. My personal opinion, about 2 months with a month and a half, something like that, without dating anyone or talking to anyone. Just to kind of regroup and just regroup and date yourself, because a lot of people, they be so anxious to be with someone, like they can't be alone.
Yeah, that's what it starts to look like. You can't be by yourself. It's just like you go from one situation to boom, boom, boom.
You have to know how to be by yourself, because if you don't, nobody will want to be with you. If you don't want to be with you,
from one week to the next, you bird bath, and in between, what's going on? Like, it's just you gotta slow it down.
Right. So you have to like be able to like feel like you can be alone.
Right.
And even in that process, like when you're single, like you gotta learn yourself, because at the end of the day, when you're in a relationship, you kind of mold yourself to the person that you were dealing with. You compromise a lot. True. You bend a lot for that person. So when you are single, you have to get back to yourself.
Yeah, you gotta reacclimate yourself with that single you.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna find somebody else who's gonna be completely different.
Right. And you can't compare.
So that's why, like, you can't. In my mind, honestly, you can't really go from being deeply and madly in love with somebody and breaking up with them and then being in another relationship
too soon later. Right.
So how long y'all think? I say 2 months.
Like, you're still adjusted to that person.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't even put a time frame on this part. As a minimum, I would like to say within that first couple of months, that like just no way. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna say it has to take a year, but honestly, I'm feeling like at the very least, like those first couple of months, like you really shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be like a whole nother babe boo you gotta do laying in your lap and on you know what I'm saying, on social media. Like, that's crazy.
I would say just take that. It's no time limit. I guess whenever you feel like you're good enough to move on.
You don't know.
You never know. You never know.
You don't know at that time.
I mean, it's that, but I just don't think that it's possible to happen as soon as some people do it.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible either, but I don't put a time frame on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, whenever you feel like, okay, you know what, I think I'm good enough to
break up.
But if you told me that a week later, I'd be like, you're full of shit. Shut up.
Like,
no, you don't. Shut up.
If we break up on Thursday and you want to get with a nigga on Friday, then
you're letting the thought form from anger.
That is ridiculous. It's like, damn, did we not just break up and you already got somebody else? So you've been cheating on me.
Right, the plan B ain't even kicked in yet. You got a whole nother boo. Like, no.
Yeah, I mean, because if you don't completely, like, mentally remove yourself from the situation, every time you turn around with your new person, you're going to be like, yeah, my ex did that, and my ex used to be like that, and then my ex used to work all the way over there, so you were closer. Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, when you just break up with somebody, especially for females, a lot of niggas, when they break up with a female, they try to get back ASAP. So how do you even possibly move on that quick when you, 9 times out of 10, you're definitely bringing
still got some after the fact smashes that haven't even happened yet.
You're bringing somebody into an old situation because your old nigga still hitting your phone and you talking to a new nigga.
Right.
Now your new nigga like, why is your old nigga hitting your phone? Well, he's stalking me. He's still
the whole time you entertaining
that.
Right. You all in them iMessages. I miss you too, boo.
Kiss emoji.
Listen, I had a stalker before. Wow. And I practiced what I just preached. I went like a month and a half without talking to anybody because just trying to like get myself out of that situation, like mentally. Right. And we weren't even together. Like, this wasn't even an official ex. And we were just talking we were talking and stuff. We probably talked to the point before it gets to relationship. But anyway, we stopped talking and stuff, and I just cold turkey was like, yeah, no. And literally calling from different phone numbers, having the friends call me, like using apps to take to call from different numbers. You know how the app
text.
Text Plus
app, bitch, in a text.
Yes.
WhatsApp, Text Plus.
And then I didn't even know that you could do that at that time. And so that was happening. And then I'm a barber, so Saturdays, Fridays were extremely busy. So clients are calling and all that. That person knew that, so they were blowing up the phones, holding up the line. It was ridiculous. And then it carried over a little bit into the relationship that I'm in now. In the very beginning, like I have to be like, my phone go off. No, my phone goes off like this. It's because I keep blocking numbers, but it's so many numbers. Like,
that's when you gotta change yours.
Yeah, I got too much pride for that.
That's what I'm saying. And the fact that none of his friends told him, like, yo, bro, you being a sucker.
They were complicit.
What kind of...
Wow.
But we were
what
young,
type of woman were you dating? Because that's
what type of woman?
Because that's the shit that we do, girl. Call her from my phone.
Right. No, the fact that none of his mans was like, bro, you being a sucker. You got to stop this shit.
You know what? I don't give a fuck about the situation so much that I'll actually go ahead and say, let's just chalk it up to the youth. Because I was like 20... going on 21 at the time. The person was a year younger than me. So, let's chalk it up to youth. I'm not even going to throw that person under the bus because that's how much I don't give a fuck.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and just own up to it. If you put the torch on that man, just say you put the torch on that man.
Yeah.
And he ain't know how to live without it.
I don't
that shit must have been bombs.
I don't remember.
Women were expendable, so I wouldn't even call.
That's what I'm saying. But you know what I think it was? I think it was the pride that, no, it's not over until I say it's over. You can't say, like, you can't dictate when it's over. You feel what I'm saying? That's what I think it was.
See, I got so many brothers for that. He done got his ass.
Yeah, I got it.
If you say it's over,
bet.
Exactly.
I got too many brothers.
Exactly.
women in this world.
That's another don't though. Don't get him jumped just because he dumped you. Like, come on, sis.
Yeah, no.
Before your brother tell your brother he beat you up or he did it. No, just I say leave with dignity. Whatever the situation is, that's definitely a do. Just leave with dignity. Like, try to keep your dignity intact.
Yes.
Don't, what I'm saying? You might love somebody, and yes, loving can make you, baby,
make you do some stupid shit.
Make it crazy.
Right.
Cool, but don't like completely humiliate yourself. Don't play yourself. Accept that sometimes you win some and you lose some. If it's over, it's just over. You got to accept that for what it is. If you ever have a chance of getting that person back, you're not going to do it by showing your ass. So you probably should go ahead and just maintain your composure and just try to hold it together. I mean, let it, walk away, but, let it burn that night. If you got to cry, in the fetal position and rock back and forth and listen to Carl Thomas, then that's what you have to do. But don't show your ass publicly.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be that guy or that girl. You just don't.
Because we're laughing at you. I promise you are making yourself the bed, and I'm a kiki every single time.
Take your L's in pride.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So that should be everyone's biggest fear is being screenshotted.
Yeah. Do take your L's.
Do take your L's.
Do take your L's.
Right.
Yeah, seriously though, that's.
And don't brag about how single you are after the breakup, because that's so fucking cool.
I know. Start playing Lil Wayne single and shit.
Yeah. I've done that.
Hashtag dollar bill.
I've done that before.
Because you're not really happy you single. You just want to say that you single.
Yeah.
Right. Are you going that there's a bunch of dudes in your DMs that just want to drop digging you and don't
That's
what
I'm saying. For girls to tweet that they're single, it's a wrap.
That's the beginning of letting the thought form from anger. I'm telling you, that's how it springboards. It starts with that I'm single, then you get them emoji eyes in your DMs.
Emoji eyes.
Next you know.
Because the thirsty ones,
timeline and ran through you, man.
The ghost followers, because they've been new. Okay, this girl, she had a dude. She posts them on. I see him on my timeline all the time. I want to see that shit.
That's the niggas.
The minute that she says single, I'm in the DMs.
Or you ain't gotta say it. You get it just manifests in a way that you tweet. All of a sudden, you real reckless.
Right.
You tweeting real filthy. Because when that might be torching all that other stuff, you want to start talking about how good your cat is. Then all of a sudden, these dudes in your DM with emoji eyes, then you get ran through.
They be the niggas that never liked your pictures when you was posting your man.
All right, so can I ask a question real quick? Isn't it funny that if you post a selfie by yourself or at the beach, whatever, you get 100 likes. You post a selfie with your dude, and it's just 2 likes. Does that ever trip y'all out?
It does trip me out. It's funny
you're just not gonna get none of your male likes. You're gonna get all the women likes.
Right. Not even all.
I don't post pictures on my Instagram no more. Sabrae, I don't know. You follow me on Instagram.
I think.
And we followed each other.
I
think we used to follow each other when I was in my last relationship. In my last relationship, me and her used to take a lot of pictures.
Yeah.
She used to take a lot of pictures. I'm not no picture taking person.
Right.
and like I post them on IG, I would get more likes on the pictures of me and her than me by myself.
But then the same joints will be in your DMs like, oh my god, y'all so cute.
That's what I'm saying. For when guys do it, it's cute. When girls do it, it's like.
Now you want to see that? You know what's funny though? For me,
niggas unfollow you if you
like when I'm single, if I'm liking a girl picture and she in a picture with her nigga, I don't care. I'm still gonna like. I'm not liking it because of him. Bitch still look good.
No, she look good, but it's like, damn, it's like I don't want to see your dude either. I think that's the guy.
But see, that's y'all dudes gotta get it. But the wild part is it be dudes who never had a chance anyway.
It's because like it's feeling like damn, or you just went got a nigga.
The niggas never had a chance anyway. The ones that will not like the pictures because it's you and your dude, you wasn't gonna get it anyway. Like I can have no dude. It's still not gonna be you. Them be the ones that unfollow. Like, what are you mad for?
How you unfollow? Yeah, that's
it.
That's
never gonna be you.
It's part of that entitlement. Like, damn, I know I could have a chance with her, but now she gotta do. It's that entitlement thing.
But we're not doing the single #dollar bill. We didn't know. No.
Yeah, and women play too much when niggas be in relationships. Like, it could be a female that you probably used to talk to in high school, and she'll comment some like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah,
you finally settled down.
Right.
I'm happy for you.
Right.
That's they not slick.
Glad you finally found love. Or they just gonna put the emoji eyes over there.
Or a joke that you used to talk to.
Oh, here you go.
One of the relationships.
LOL.
She always asks you like, "What are we?" And you be like, "Nothing." Chill out.
Yeah.
And then she see that you're in a relationship like 2 months later.
And try to sabotage it.
Now you're in a relationship.
Ooh, you've had that comment
Interesting.
before? Wow.
So I used to have the wildest like Instagram.
Wow.
comments.
Then you have to explain that to your girl.
The worst emoji they ever brought was this one.
No,
right.
You dropped the picture on there with you and baby on there. Don't be that person.
Right.
When they move on, that's another don't.
Right.
Don't be the one dropping
she's
emojis
so
underneath their page. Yeah. Oh my god.
Y'all look so cute together.
I'm not gonna lie. I definitely I had my reason for doing that though, but it's a don't. Don't be the person being extra in the comments. But I had perfectly good reason. My thing is, what you're not going to do is, I break up with you. We're having a conversation, and you're like, "Look, like, is it really over for you? Like, I mean, like, or can we try again?" And I'm like, "What would be different?" He said, "What would you want to be different?" I said, "Everything." Then the conversation kind of hung in the air. Mm-hmm. Then it's like a couple days later, you got a whole bitch on your Instagram. So of course, me being me,
right?
You know, I have to be the asshole in the situation. But it was really just to be an asshole, honestly. And it was just like, I liked the picture, and I was just like, you know, I'm glad you're happy. Block me back, boo. And then I blocked him, and I kept it moving. But then I didn't talk to him for like 4 or 5 months. But it's just like, dude, I felt like I had reason to do that because it's like, dude, you were just on.
You have to do that.
No, I didn't. I was totally being an asshole. Absolutely. But I feel like I didn't have to do it. I feel like I had a reason to do it.
Had to answer questions.
Like, dude, but you were like we didn't even like finish the conversation. The conversation kind of hung in the air because I fell asleep. I had to go to work. So it's like, and then we didn't speak the next day. It's like a couple days later, you got a whole joint on your IG. Like that you didn't just meet her yesterday and like, let me go put you on it. That was already in the works. But you're sitting here like, is it like, so you're not going to give me another chance? Like, what is it? Like, what can we do to fix this? And you had a whole joint pending.
You had to have backup.
You know what? Yeah, but my thing is, finish the conversation before you employ the backup.
No, but devil's advocate, if you said, what would you have changed? And you said everything. Then it's like, well, everything is the whole relationship.
No, he knows what I meant by everything. Oh, okay. He knew exactly what I meant by everything. We've had the conversation.
Well, he did that to get back at you.
Listen, okay.
He probably posted that to get back at you.
If I'm trying to get back,
so he got blocked, and then
I agree with
3 months later, and I was like, "Who is this?"
I agree.
Wow.
Okay, he don't know if he really got a chance.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
don't try.
He had this right
My
here,
thing is this.
He's like, okay, I'm gonna shoot.
Finish the conversation with me, Lyndon, before you post the chick. Because if you had a chance, you just threw that joint in the trash when you posted the joint.
Well, you didn't finish the conversation, so we thought his chance was gone.
I don't believe.
Well, then it was gone when you said block me back. So
yeah, that's when it was really gone. When I had to you block me back, boo, because nah, what you doing? But then the weird thing is, it's like that's how you catch the
tell us don't put all our eggs in one basket.
Okay, well then after that,
so now we supposed to put all our
eggs in one basket though. If you wanted the basket that bad, bruh, hold your eggs for a second. And you know what I'm saying? Resolve one situation before you know what I'm saying? Like, if he ever had a chance, he blew it at that exact moment.
Or how about after you said, everything, back to when he said, so what do you want me to change? He should have been like, well, that seems like too much. So then let's move
right, because my thing was he understood the context of what I was saying based on the conversations that we had.
Okay,
so he's like, what would be what would you want to be different?
Yeah.
And I said, what would be different? He said, what would you want to be different? Everything that was, and why everything, I mean everything that we were dealing with that caused the conflict in the first place.
Right.
Our communication, us not growing, blah blah blah. He knew that. We had this conversation before. It was like beating a dead horse. So if you're not willing to change that, then, you know, hey, then we just go our separate ways type of stuff. But the conversation kind of hung in the air. I wasn't going to press the issue because he brought it to me.
Right.
And I felt like at this point I had to leave you because of things that you did, so you should prove yourself to me. I'm tested and proven. I'm good. I'm solid. Sure. So I didn't reach out to him. You posted her in the chick, and then months later you're like, yeah, you blocked me, and duh. Like, don't be the one that does that though. Don't be the comments in on social media. I mean, I was totally entitled in my mind. Yeah. I was a complete asshole. It was kind of wrong.
Take that L in silence too. If you gonna comment, send it in the text. Don't send it on social media.
Oh no, I had to be extra.
Don't even comment.
But the thing was, it's not like she didn't know who I was because my pictures were still over his IG. It goes back to what you said. Right. You got to get rid of those pictures because I was all up and through that IG, so you knew exactly who I was, boo. Yeah. Block me back, boo. And because of that, he ended up deleting the whole IG. So.
I think the key to a breakup is to find a way to not make yourself seem like a sucker. That's all it is.
I mean, my thing is, if you have to go out of your way to find that, you was probably already a sucker. Like, you know, like it should just be naturally non-suckitude.
If you break up with somebody, you gotta be like, I can't tweet no more because
I'm gonna be a sucker.
Twitter.
You was
if you just
you
tweet
a whole
normally,
lollipop.
Just tweet normally, you know?
That person wouldn't be on my you have to be like, if it was me, I would be super conscious of what I say and how it could be perceived, if it could be perceived as a subtweet or as a sub message picture on Instagram or something. Like, I would already have that person blocked, you know. But
see,
I would be careful. So that's fine, but that's fine, you know, because they'll
everything was just getting reported. He don't even have a Twitter no more.
That's some sucker shit.
And can I say something?
No.
When you break up with somebody, right? Are you supposed to not like their pictures anymore?
I wouldn't.
Unless it's been like a year later.
What am I?
Okay. It comes across a little creepy.
What do you like? You don't like them no more. That's why you broke up.
I miss them thighs and that ass.
It doesn't have anything to do with me liking that person.
Okay, when you go on Instagram,
it seems a little creepy.
When you go on Instagram, though, it's not a like, it's a love, though.
But see, this is my thing. If you break up with me, fucking come like my pictures. I'll steal you. Like, no. If you dump me, you're not.
Well, I wouldn't have that opportunity anyway because you would be blocked.
It's just Instagram.
But see, I've had the situations where people go and you stop talking to them or stop dealing with them, and then they got this habit of going on a liking spirit. Like, they'll go like 11 of my tweets and then wait 15 minutes and then unlike them just so I get the notifications, and it's like, yeah, you know, I saw that, right? Like,
that's some sucker shit.
Don't be a sucker.
It's definitely girlfriend behavior, but
I'm not going to like nobody's tweets, but I'm saying if you post a picture and me and you used to talk or me and you used to date,
or they like all the tweets they think are about them, and it's not.
I go like the picture. That doesn't mean I'm trying to get back with you or trying.
Yeah, but it's mildly creepy at best. Like,
it is, and it means like I'm watching you.
Moderately low-key.
To me,
okay. Why isn't he blocked why aren't they blocked in the first place?
My thing is, worst case, I'm gonna hit you with the block unblock. You hit them with the block unblock. See, that way, now neither one of us follow each other. True. You're not blocked, but you hit the block unblock.
True. Right.
I don't typically block people.
But you friends with the people that you break up with anyway, so this is different. That's different.
You kumbaya over there.
That's what I'm saying, because people will see, like, you know, in IG you have the newsfeed, you can see what places people like. So somebody would take it as, okay, I like my ex's pic. So now I'm trying to get back with it because I like the pic.
No, it's just unnecessary.
I mean, you getting blocked and blocked anyway, so I can't relate.
And like, to me, it's not that deep. Like, at the end of the day, like me and her are not together anymore. I'm not trying to pursue her.
Yeah,
she just still looks good.
But you are. That's an unusual situation when people want to be friends. So, I feel like I don't want to be friends. To
me, what difference does it make?
Well, because you want to be y'all cool. As far as you're concerned, y'all still cool.
Between me liking.
But you mean perception from who? Perception from that ex, or perception from a new boo? Like, well, the difference is you didn't drop dick and Drea, man.
So what? So what?
Well, you know how some people take that type of stuff, though. Like, you out here liking joints, pictures, man. Like, you know, like.
So what?
I have a meme I'm gonna show you later.
Eventually, it's gonna lead to that. What you doing, text? You keep liking.
It's not.
It's gonna lead to.
You wanna know why it's not?
Why?
Because
I don't care what you're doing.
No, not even that I don't care what you're doing. I've liked my ex's pictures before and never sent out a text right after, or never sent out a text, period.
Yeah.
You probably blocked on the phone.
You look like you don't.
That's what a real blocks count.
You don't just turn ugly after you break up.
See, that's just.
It's not that, but it's like, it's like.
I'm more aware of your flaws though. Like I didn't even know you. I'm definitely more aware. Like I never did. Like fucking nostril.
Like I don't know. Maybe I'm just too nonchalant and carefree about shit. But like to me, it's not that deep. Like okay, it's just.
Yeah, it may not be that if you, and I feel like that's why some people who are listening, they can relate to that, but I feel like a lot of people relate to, that I don't want to see that person at all, just because you don't want to bring back those memories, at least for a long period of time, until that passes.
Uglier after we break up, so
definitely ugly.
If you don't want me to like your pictures, just say, you know what, don't like my pictures.
You can't say that. Just block them.
You can't just block them.
Block. You'll never see another feed.
Right. Right.
To me personally, I just don't think it's that deep.
That's a do. Do, block, unblock.
Block. So that's the key. Block, unblock, and that way that person's not following you. You don't even have to block them
because you don't want to look corny, like, she blocked me. Yeah. But it's like you just suddenly not on their Twitter feed.
I didn't even know that. I'm gonna do that a lot.
Once you block them, unblock them, not neither one of y'all.
Not even to exes, just people that I don't care about anymore.
But that's only if your page is private though. If your page is public,
if your page is, they can search.
But they're not gonna
come
up in the feed.
If you're following them and you're following each other, you hit them with the block, unblock. Right. You don't have to just if you unfollow them, they're still following you.
Right.
Block, unblock. Now it's a mutual unfollow. They don't even have to know about it.
Is this just for Instagram or?
No, it's all of them.
Oh wow! So block unblock, y'all. You get T-shirts.
Like I said,
block unblock T-shirts. Say what?
I don't typically block people.
We know
because you want to keep all your friends.
Nah,
you probably
just don't be that deep to me. Like
no, but I do know guys who like definitely want to keep their little collection. Like they don't.
Oh yeah, because I feel like
ill feelings between them and any of their exes, and it's super weird to me.
I heard guys never really break up with a woman. They never really break up. They always try to like keep the exes.
I can't say that's universal, but I definitely know. Yeah. I know some guys who really try to keep that collection, and it's like they never want bad blood between. And I mean, like they could have had exes that have done like completely dirty things to them, and it's like they still mend fences, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
This is gonna sound odd, but just hear me out. I don't think men are designed for breakups. Women handle that better than men could ever do.
Yeah, because you guys suck at heartbreak, and you guys think you're above it until it happens to you. That's really what it is.
Basically, because I've heard stories about guys shaving off their eyebrows because their girls broke up with them.
Okay, so that's also
good. Well,
we're not going to use the G word again, but that is so
I'm not going to those lengths.
Like you're mutilating yourself because you're going Britney Spears on your brows because you got dumped.
Because they don't know how to handle breakup. Women are stronger.
I guess
they cry, they cut their hair off maybe, and then.
Hey, first of all, that was already going to happen. I was already ready to cut my hair. Like,
what did you do when I was with you so I could see how?
Because he hit me with the swanton bomb, the little reverse tactic on me. Said, please don't cut your hair, man. I feel like all my exes always cut their hair while we together. I was like, that's how you get your girl to not cut her hair. Nigga, don't compare me to no.
Why?
Now I'm going it. I don't like shit. Like so, it was like, oh, got rid of you. Now I can go get my hair cut now.
Right.
Because look, when girls get their heart broken, they cry. Yeah. They cry to their friends. They go through like a withdrawal. Yeah. And a month or 2, 3 months later, they're good. Guys, it doesn't hit us.
Maybe it's delayed, and then you feel it later. I do see that.
By the time we hurting, you guys are good. Y'all are y'all got that glow.
Yeah, that is so true.
Reversed.
It's not. We're not made for that.
Because you guys are fat while we're purging, and then by the time we purge and we're pure and we're clean now, that's when it's starting to hit you like.
No. Okay, that's not it.
Anyway,
it's because women, y'all typically like it's in y'all nature to nurture. Like y'all love more. Men don't typically fall in love that much as much. Like women.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, right. Women be in love a lot, and sometimes it don't even really be love. It just be like
it's lust.
It be deep liking
and infatuation.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like they feel that feeling more. So it's easier for them to get over because they felt it before. Right. Now for a man, a lot of men haven't been in love endless amount of times or felt that feeling endless amount of times. So when you felt that feeling and you lose it, it's harder for you because it's your first time experiencing it.
Then they get cold. They don't want to love again. See, we will love again and again and again and again.
Right,
We're more resilient. Y'all get your heart broke one time when you was 7 by the girl who ain't get you, who didn't shoot the Valentine's Day.
That is she ain't give me that Valentine's Day card.
Right, you was like Ralph on The Simpsons. Your little box was empty. You was heartbroken. Right. You've been cold ever since.
That's why I don't agree with young people getting into relationships like in high school and middle school and stuff like that. Anytime I have a chance to talk to a niece, a nephew, a cousin, or a client or something, I always say, just don't do that, because I've seen a lot of people carry what happened to them in high school into adulthood, and you have to realize you were dealing with another child at the time. So you can't carry on that same, heartbreak or that same so-called lesson that you learned back then. I know not to trust these hoes. You know what I'm saying? I know not to trust these girls. It's like
you were supposed to be healthy. Honestly, I just feel like everyone kind of has to go through that. You have to go through your thigh and then bypass stage to some
that's different
degree.
Though. That's different. Like that young people doing, so-called relationships and the thought stage are two different things.
No, what I mean is like, but I'm talking about it. I mean, you might as well go ahead and knock that out then versus trying to build these long-time relationships while you're still young. Yeah. Go ahead and live your life.
Yes.
Because you shouldn't be expecting longevity from a high school boo. Like, honestly, like, because then you get them, you've never really experienced anything outside of them, you're green to everything else, and then that's when you start having those regrets.
Right. And then when they break your heart, then you're like, F all of these light-skinned girls. Because that light-skinned girl in 7th grade, cheated on me and kissed another boy.
Like, so is the high school sweetheart a thing of the past? Like, is this not?
I mean, for some people, I'm pretty sure for 0.1% that may happen, but generally I wouldn't say that. You
get more of them linking up later in life. Now it seems like more so than like you going that long stretch. Like more so it's like, oh yeah, we split, we did our thing. It was 10 years later. I ran into her at the reunion, and it was like, babe, and then
I haven't been out of high school that long to even know if that works or not. From what the people that I've seen, because I graduated 2010.
See, my high school.
Dre and I, we've actually been together since that time.
Oh, since
high school.
Like what, freshman, sophomore?
My senior year, her junior year.
Oh, okay.
So
did y'all go to college together?
No. Okay. We met up at PG, but by the time she came to PG, I was leaving.
Yeah.
So basically, we were together like that whole time.
Wow.
She came in like a rough part of my life, so that's why like, and she's very mature. Yeah, so she's mature, so it wasn't like that puppy love thing.
Right.
And I didn't intend for it to go that long. She was just a person for me to talk to. She was very receptive. So but I definitely see like, it's not good to get in it early. Yeah. But if you do get in it early, great. But if you
timing is everything.
Timing is everything, right? It's just one of those things. It's depends on circumstance.
Right. Right. And then I think the odds are just not in the favor of that, but it does happen. Right.
Yeah, it's not impossible, but it's more the exception than the rule.
Yeah. Right. I guess I'm the exception.
Yeah.
It's always an exception.
Shout out to Andrea.
Shout out to Drea.
Look, he trying to hit it with
He trying to be smoother than me.
The quiet storm.
That's the Sunday night voice.
This song goes out to you. Jackass.
Yes. But no, I mean, just don't carry those little, things. And even from the breakup, you learn stuff and you don't forget certain things that you've learned. But at the same time, you got to get that new person a clean slate. But you gotta give yourself time to even get rid of that person mentally, as far as the love part. Right.
Yeah, and I think that's where it goes back to what Lynn said about kind of reacclimating yourself with your single self, because you've gotten so adjusted to. It's weird when you've been with somebody for a long time and you step out of that. It's weird. You feel weird by yourself. You're not used to it. You're used to this, and this. So it's like you don't want to bring any of that energy into a new situation. So you got to take that time, that little hiatus, to kind of chill out. Otherwise, you're just being too hot in the pants.
Definitely.
Don't forget about your star player. It's yourself.
You know what?
Gosh.
We're not going to do.
That's a head ass.
Is be head ass. I was about to say, we're not going to be head ass.
That's a head ass.
Oh my God. Everybody follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I do want to make a mini. No. This is a big ass announcement. Okay, so I'm not going to minimize that. If you are a business owner and you are Black, and you have a legit business, not like, I sell, you know what I'm saying? I sell weed, or I make these little beads. You ain't got no, you got a number or nothing. You ain't got no website or nothing. But if you have a legit Black business, please email us at the Sabrae Show. And I want to do this thing where we advertise Black businesses for free. So make sure you email us, and I'll leave the email on the screen. And it has to be legit though. Don't have no like, you know, bullshit business because I just won't acknowledge it. I'm gonna look you up. I'm gonna research you. But if you're legit, we'll advertise you for free. And yeah, so
who wouldn't want free advertisement?
Yes, and we're almost at 1,000 subscribers now. So we got a little audience or whatever. We love you guys. You know, everybody. That's huge. 1,000 subscribers. We've been doing the show since November. We got to figure out a way to do like a big show, like an anniversary show.
Right. Definitely.
I don't know. I'm trying to think about how we're going to do that, but that definitely has to be done. And yeah, we're going to see you guys next week on the Sabrae Show live. Let us know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you then.
Peace.
Bye. Don't follow me on Twitter.
We're not going to put your Twitter on here.
Yeah, shit.